for joining us here at your local news station, Here Comes the Sun. We have some very important topics to discuss today. The latest shocking news is the government shutdown, how this affects you at 6. Medical marijuana and kid vaccines are also on the agenda. Recap on where Siskiyou County and what it's been up to lately. We go live to Brianna in Yosemite National Park. Brianna, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Thanks, Haley. As you can see, the park is closed due to government shutdown. The shutdown started September 28th, 2013, and even though the government is shut down, 85% of government activities are still being funded, and 63% of federal workers are still working. The government is split between Democrats and Republicans and cannot agree on the budget. This currently is short-term and hardly impacting on everyone's daily lives, but if this continues, the long-term effects could be detrimental.
Back to you, Madeline. Now let's talk whooping cough. In Yolo County, there's an outbreak of whooping cough. Although there's an effective vaccine for children, some parents refuse to let them get it. There has been much controversy over whether the vaccine should be mandatory or not. Some parents believe that by forcing everyone to get the vaccine, it goes against the First Amendment that includes freedom of religion. Others say that the 9th and 10th Amendments allow them to decide if they want to get the vaccine or not. The 9th Amendment states that other rights than the ones listed in the Constitution may exist, and just because they are not listed does not mean they can be violated. The 10th Amendment says that the states have legal authority over anything not assigned to the federal government or specifically withheld from the states. And some just believe that it would violate the natural rights in the Declaration of Independence instated by John Locke.
Wow, sure seems like Yolo County is sure living up to its name, because you only live once in this county.
Ain't that the truth, Haley? However, other people believe that Simon Bolivar, Aristotle, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, Thomas Hobbes, and John Locke bring important points to the table regarding safety to the community. Bolivar believed that the government must prioritize the needs of the group before the needs of the individual. Aristotle thought that people do not have the ability to rule themselves. Rousseau described in The Social Contract that individuals have consented to surrender some of their freedoms and submit to the authority of the ruler in exchange for protection of their remaining rights. Hobbes believed that humans consent to abdicate their rights in favor of the absolute authority of government. Locke thought that we gain civil rights in return for accepting the obligation to return, respect, and defend the rights of others, giving up some freedoms to do so. Some scientists don't even think there are any health concerns. Now let's go to Haley, who is on site at Marshall Hospital with whooping cough patients. Let's see what their parents have to say.
Hello, we are here with Yolo County citizens outside of the hospital discussing the matter of kid vaccines. This is Janet and her son. oh, goodness me. So, Janet, what are your views on kid vaccines?
Well, I think they have health concerns, and I don't want my son getting any disorders.
Very good. Well, you heard it first here. Back to the studio. Hello, and we're back. Now let's talk about Siskiyou County. Siskiyou County is a county up in the northern border of California. It, as well as a few neighboring towns in Oregon, have decided to secede from California in hopes to start a new state called Jefferson State. They have had this idea for about 50 years now, but recently have taken major steps to actually succeeding. Now, they have made a declaration of succession on September 3rd, 2013. Some say this is constitutional, or maybe it's not. The First Amendment of the English Bill of Rights to freedom of speech is a right that cannot be taken away. Siskiyou County want their voice to be heard. However, the Ten Commandments states that having rules in a society is for the greater good of everyone. Now, this decision to succeed is not just affecting the county, it's affecting all of America. And this decision has to be for everyone without exceptions. So, let's talk about medical marijuana.
I'm here in Siskiyou County with Susanna. Please, tell us what's going on here.
Well, out here, our voice has not been heard, and we are sick and tired of it, and it's about time we're going to do something about it. So, as my papa says, Jefferson State all the way.
Thank you. Well, you heard it here, folks.
And for the last topic for the morning, I'll be talking about the controversies of medical marijuana. We have been misled for nearly 70 years about marijuana. Some believe that medical marijuana should be allowed, and some researches actually prove that it is beneficial in many ways. Marijuana was classified as a Schedule I substance, meaning that it was most likely to become addicted to. Marijuana leads to dependence in about 9 to 10% of users, where cocaine, a Schedule II substance, hooks about 20% of users. An example of someone who literally can't live without marijuana is Charlotte Figge in Colorado. By the age of 3, she had 300 seizures a week. By the use of marijuana, she has 2 to 3 per month, and her brain is calmed down. Medical marijuana can be a benefit to others, but many people do argue that it is a negative also. Recent studies suggest that regular use in teenage years leads to permanent decrease in IQ and possible heightened risk of developing psychosis. The United States also appears to be biased of disliking medical marijuana. Only 6% of studies go to the benefits of marijuana, as where the rest is investigating its harm. The big question is whether or not it's constitutional. The Fourth Amendment protects the right to property, which could include your body. Having the government dictate what we put in our body could be debated to be unconstitutional. Well, that's all for this morning. We'll see you next time, and make sure you keep it classy.
The latest, the greatest. It's Lady Liberty's butter. I want some. It's 100% American, and you can taste the Liberty in every bite. Try some.
Okay.
And it's only $17.76.